Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and we're going to be recapping today's NBA games as there were 7 games on today. We had some close games. We had some blowouts, about 3 blowouts, and the rest were, 4 blowouts out of 7 games, and then had a fantastic ending down in Philadelphia. That's the game we're going to start with. Boston, Philadelphia. Boston, the number 1 team in the East. Philly, the number 3 team in the East. They're playing down in Philly. This was a great matchup, great game, great ending, and probably it's going to go down to the probably the best shot all season that didn't count, with Joel Embiid's half-court shot at the end that did not count. Boston gets the win, 110-107. Tatum hits the game-leading three-pointer with 1.3 seconds to go in the game to take a 110-107 lead. Then Sixers, with no timeouts, inbound the ball to Embid, and not even close to half court. Past half court. Even before half court hits, Joel Embiid chunks it up. It goes in, surprisingly, but the thing that sucks is that the ball was still in Joel's hand when the clock hit 0-0. So in that case, the Celtics win this game. It does not go to overtime. But Joel Embiid, that shot did not count, but Joel Embiid did have a lot of shots go in tonight that did count. No three-pointers, but Joel Embiid did have 41 points and 17 free throws. Sometimes when this guy goes out and scores 40, it doesn't even seem special anymore. That's how often he does it, and that's how good he is. So, wow, what an amazing performance. James Harden, rocky start for him. Good fourth quarter. He finishes with 21, 6, and 8. 3 steals as well for Harden. Tobias Harris with a nice 19 points, and Tyrese Maxey with 8. Then for the Boston Celtics, Tatum hit that nice 3, but besides that, Tatum really struggled in this game. He had 18, 13, and 6. Didn't really start to, he hit a couple nice shots in the fourth quarter, but besides that, he just wasn't normal Jason Tatum in this game. Then Jaylen Brown, he scores 26. Horford was more of a player who played really well for them in the second half, and he delivered in the second half. He had 5 3-pointers, 15 points. Great performance by him. Derek White with 18 off the bench as well. So tough loss for the Sixers with that 3 that didn't count, but it was the right call. Raptors, Pistons. This was the first game of today at 11 o'clock. Raptors beat the Pistons in a really close one, and the Raptors' winning streak moves on to 4. 95-91 is the win. Leading scorer for the Detroit Pistons, 21 and 18 for Marvin Bagley III. Besides that was really it. Just a bunch of low scores after that for the Pistons. For the Raptors, 29 for Pascal Siakam, 19 for Gary Trent Jr., 12 for Scotty Barnes with 7 rebounds. Good win for the Raptors as they win their 4th straight. Pacers, Magic. Pacers get back on the win column after loss and get the win over the Magic, 121-108. Franz Wagner led the scoring for the Pacers with 21. Ben Caro with 19. That's it for the Magic scoring. Pacers scoring. Their leading scorer was Miles Turner with 24. And Ben Majorin with 19. Halliburton also had 15 and 14 assists. And Nwar had 18 off the bench in his third game with the Pacers. And then Nembhard had 13. So a lot of good scoring for the Pacers tonight. Hornets. Heat in their second game with their newest player, Kevin Love, and they dropped back-to-back games on a back-to-back against this time against the Hornets, 108-103. Tough loss for the Heat tonight. Kevin Love did do decent. Heat are still missing a couple guys out there. No Kyle Lowry. I think there's another guy missing on their team. And so it'll be interesting to see how they look fully healthy. Tyler Hero scores 33 tonight. Jimmy Butler scores 28. Kevin Love in his second game as a Miami Heat scores 13 points, 13 rebounds. Bam only scores 14. For the Hornets, leading scorer for them is Gordon Hayward with 21. And then 19, 7, and 13 for LaMelo Ball. And then a monster game from rookie Mark Williams with 18 points and 20 rebounds. Great game by him. New York Knicks beat the New Orleans Pelicans down in the Garden, 128-106. Knicks get their second win in a row on the back-to-back after beating Washington on the road last night. And Randall scores 28, Barron scores 25, Brunson scores 20, all of those guys with 20+. And Robinson scores 11 and 13. Josh Hart scores 15, quickly scores 13. And Knicks get the win. Also want to add to that, Derrick Rose did touch the floor tonight and this was a little weird. Derrick Rose, if you don't know, legend, MVP, has not played for the Knicks since December 31st. He hasn't played in nearly 2 months, being DNP'd, not playing. And what it looks like is about to happen is that he is about to be bought out and signed elsewhere. And the fact that Derrick Rose, touched the floor tonight and got the ovation from that Knicks crowd kind of seemed like that was the last time you were going to hear him on the Knicks. I wouldn't be surprised if not tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then on Monday, I think it will be announced that the Knicks and Derrick Rose are officially working on a contract buyout. I think that was Derrick Rose sign off with the Knicks. They tried to get him to make some shots. He took 3, didn't make any of them. Or he took 4. He didn't make any of them. A little rusty after not playing for 2 months, but definitely D. Rose will definitely help a championship contender. All right, leading scorers for the Pelicans. Their leading scorer was Brandon Ingram with 19. Josh Richardson with 16. And then McCollum with 13. So really struggling night for the Pelicans. Grizzlies, Nuggets, number 1 team in the West versus the number 2 team in the East. And the number 2 team in the West. And number 2 team in the West gets it done tonight against Denver. Ja with 23. He was their leading scorer. And then Tyus Jones with 17. A lot of double-digit scores for this Grizzlies team tonight. 12 for Kennard, 12 for Dillon Brooks, 12 for Xavier Tillman, 10 for Desmond Bane. And that's really it. Good win for the Grizzlies. For the Nuggets, surprisingly, Jokic did not have a triple-double. He did have a double-double, 15 points and 13 rebounds. That was their leading scorer. 12 for Jeff Green, 11 for KCP. Jamal Murray struggled. He only had 8. Reggie Jackson had 8 as well. Tough loss for the Nuggets, but and it is what it is. I also think some of those guys were on minute restrictions in the second half because of how bad they were losing. Moving on to the last game between the Jazz and the Spurs. The Spurs on a massive losing streak. I think that's the largest losing streak in the NBA right now. And their losing streak is like 13 or 14. They were on track to end that losing streak tonight, and they couldn't get it done. They're going in halftime up 10, and the third quarter was the whole second half was a big problem for the Spurs. Getting outscored in the third, 30-14, getting outscored in the fourth, 33-23, ultimately getting outscored by 26 in the second half, and losing this game 102-118. Leading scorer for the Jazz was Lauri Markkanen with 27, and then 12 for Taylor Horton-Tucker, 15 for not Kendrick Nunn. I was thinking about Kendrick Nunn. Chris Dunn, what a game by Chris Dunn. Just got a 10-day contract and returning to the NBA. He hasn't played in a while in the NBA. He's been in the G League. And he comes back, and he looked pretty damn good. 15 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. Congrats to him. That has to feel good. And then for the San Antonio Spurs, their leading scorer was Jeremy Sohan with 22, Keldon Johnson with 18, 15 for Zach Collins, and 10 for Devontae Graham. Tough loss for the Spurs, but, that's like their 14th loss in a row, so no surprise there. But great finish down in down in Philly with the Tatum go-ahead bucket and then the Embid half-court shot that didn't count. But it was tough. That was a tough ending. and you just gotta scrap that off and go on to the next one. But today's games, it wasn't that interesting besides the Celtics Philly game, but besides that game, there was really not that much interesting basketball today. That's okay. I think there's going to be a lot of interesting basketball on tomorrow. There's like a 4-game, there's like a 4 ESPN game day or ABC. Like there's like 4 or 5 games on ABC tomorrow, so it should be really interesting. But yeah, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoy them. Your thoughts, and peace out.